Comics Relay. We're coming at you live here at a Cracker Barrel in Massachusetts. Amy was obsessed. She was telling us how she had this obsession about Progresso, the soup company, made hard candy, soup drops. So she actually went to eBay to buy some soup drops. And it looks like there's 3 flavors. There's beef pot roast, chicken noodle, and tomato basil. So I'm going to do a taste test on one of these right now. Oh my God. If you look here, none of that looks appetizing at all. I'm assuming this is a tomato basil, or is it a beef?
That's tomato basil.
That's a tomato basil. As an Italian American, I'm going to do the tomato basil and we'll see how it tastes.
Can't believe you bought these.
All right, sniff test. It smells like hard candy. Okay. You can't tell any difference.
That's
all right,
tomato basil.
This is tomato basil.
Okay. Bruh.
It gets worse as you try it. Like at first it's like, oh, this isn't bad. Maybe it's like a little... Okay. It gets worse as you try it. At first it's like, oh, this is like a light little sweet tomatoey kind of candy thing. Like, okay, maybe I could see this as some like type of exotic candy from another foreign land. No. This is an offense on your senses. Progresso offended me as an Italian American, that's for sure. And you really need to rethink the whole putting a soup in a candy vibe. Like, that's not a good thing. This was not a good thing. None of this went well.
I love it.
So I tried the chicken noodle. This is an amendment. Tried the chicken noodle. Still offensive. Little bit more palatable, but only slightly. The only reason why it's more palatable is because maybe in some realm, this could be considered chicken waffles. So there's some type of flavor there where that's like passable. But the other thing I forgot to mention is that there's a warming sensation feature of these things, and this is not, I'm not warmed or sensationed at all.
New this year at Plastic City Comic Con, it's VIP access. Beat the line with early 9 a.m. entry. VIP access starts at 9 a.m. The show runs from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. on Saturday, August 22nd. Visit us at plasticcitycomiccon.com for tickets, information, and more. And get your early entry VIP access today. This year at Plastic City Comic Con, we will have panels. We have 4 different panels planned. First up, it's Author Conversations with Will Murray and Matt Serafini. Next up is George Medina with a panel all about creating comics for young readers. We will have the hosts of the hot podcast, Greg's Cryptid Corner, to teach us all about cryptids. And last is the popular Artist Sketch-Off, hosted by the one and only Johnny C. Join us for panels and so much more at Plastic City Comic Con on Saturday, August 22nd in Leominster, Massachusetts. Admission is just $10 and kids 12 and under are free. See you there.
Man, we're having all kinds
Hey,
of
everybody.
problems tonight.
And we're back.
That was all me. Sorry, guys. I was trying to fix everything on this back end, everything. Anyways, let's cut, restart. Hey, everybody.
Hey,
Welcome
mulligan on that.
Go to Indie Comics Relay. I'm your host, Keith Gleason, creator of the Mighty Mascots and promoter for the Plastic City Comic Con. With me, as always, Johnny C., creator of Sartana, the comic, surrounded by death and the pond. For who, Johnny?
all you good viewers watching tonight.
There you go. I love that. Yeah. And our third co-host, the Time Lord of Tangents himself, Harry G.
Hey, everybody.
What's up, fellas?
Not too much.
But on that note, I do want to wish a very happy birthday to my good cousin Roger Morocco, whose birthday was this week.
This week? Oh, awesome.
Or that last week, I should say.
Happy birthday, Roger.
There
I haven't seen you in a while. Like, is he going to be with you at Terrificon this year?
I don't think so. But he might pop into Plastic City.
Oh, okay. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
As you can see, we started putting some ads up for the VIP and the panels and stuff. Like,
yeah, it's gonna be fun. I can't wait to host a sketch off there. Like,
yeah, dude,
it's gonna be good.
I was talking to Joe Souza, our pal over who does Monster Expo and Retro Expo.
I had a little conversation with Joe today too.
Oh, did you really? Oh,
yes.
Cool. Well, you know what? He had offered me a table for Monster Expo,
but we're busy.
Oh, yeah. I told him we couldn't do it because like we have our signing at Omar's World of Comics on the 11th.
Yeah,
from 2 to 4 or something like that. I think
2 to 4, I believe. Time. Yeah.
And on that note, sidetrack on that, Johnny. I'm gonna probably create a Facebook event this week about that. So I'll put our picture in there and just saying that we're gonna be signing there and stuff.
Yeah,
and
tag the like page. Tag my like page for that one.
Yeah, the Johnny C page, right?
Yeah.
And Omar's World of Comics will share it, and they're also going to advertise in the store for us too. So
awesome!
We'll have a decent
That's great.
Turnout,
Yeah, it's nice too because I'm a little bummed I couldn't make it to Monster this time around, but I'm really happy to be going to Omar's. But it couldn't be more conveniently timed because this year I'm not exhibiting in San Diego, so I half of my booth would usually be packed, or I wouldn't have access to things. So I couldn't really do shows a weekend before or surrounding when I'm leaving for California. But this time, because I'm only doing a panel over there, it's a little bit more low key. I can very easily do this signing, or I could have done Joe's show or whatever the case may be, Well,
it's too bad. I didn't know about the Monster Expo offer. I would have thought about that instead and maybe made a different weekend, but it's kind of last minute, So.
Yeah, it's all last minute. And the other thing is I'm really excited about checking out Omar's.
Yeah, same.
I used to drive by there almost every day to work. I would be like, bistro and comics, what a brilliant, somebody trying to meld something together, and it's just really cool. So I want to check it out. And now I finally get a chance to as a guest.
We went years ago when we were first promoting Plastic City, maybe the second or third year of Plastic City. We went to all these comic stores, and we went to Omar's, and it would just open maybe a year prior or something. I'd love to see how it looks now,
Yeah, what type of change is happening in the meantime.
Exactly. And they had nothing like the bistro there that they have now, and that's almost like a comic and gaming store, and that's it,
That's piqued my curiosity, is how do they integrate a bistro into a comic store? One half of the store is a bunch of collectible books, and the other half of the store is paninis. So you know what I mean?
Yeah, right. And then I was gonna say, the other videos, the VIP package, the $20 is turning into some awesome stuff. We're gonna have a couple prints, some kind of variant cover, for it's going to be random, 3 different ones, one, each bag will have a random one. And then
that's
cool.
Might
throw in some stuff what's that?
So I was just going to say, when you do something like that, I think that's really cool, because what that does is that allows for the VIPs to find other VIPs, befriend them, and then in turn you can start trading. Oh, you got this one. I want that one. Oh, okay. And then you guys, you know what I mean? That just makes it fun. It just helps you engage at a Comic-Con with the other attendees.
I'm trying to find one of the prints. So one of the prints is going to be the mini print by Joe St. Pierre of Batman, which I've had already, and it looks awesome. And then the other one is going to be by Angry Dad Comics, which is Scott and Ken. And
they did that Shredder cover last year.
Yes,
the Ninja Turtle Shredder cover. That's right.
The print that he did this year, I think, is amazing, because it's one of the probably one of the movies out right now that's probably one of the surprising breakout hits. Here, I'll share it to you guys and see what you think of this print. And it's going to be numbered 1 to 50. So we're going to
let's check it out.
What do you guys think of this one?
I love it. It's great.
When I saw it, I go, yes, I want that. I mean, I was so
good.
perfect.
That would even make a great poster, just like a regular, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, right?
Yeah, like a blown up poster or whatever.
I figured you guys would like that. Did you get to see that movie yet?
I didn't. I know it's based on a meme. Did you see it, Harry?
I saw it.
No,
it was okay. It was okay.
Yeah.
I liked Obsession better as far as one of these
I heard
grassroots horror movies that
what's his name? Michael Rosenbaum, like on his podcast. It's like he not even on his podcast. He made a special video. It's like I don't often do this, I don't go on, I don't do a live, I did a lot, like kind of like how you do how some it was like a random live video that he put up. Like I just saw Obsession. And it's a huge horror movie fan. It's like this one's like blew my mind. I can't get over how awesome it was. I'm like, oh my god! Like he's like I love horror movies. Like this entire podcast room is covered in like horror movie posters and everything. So he like really was talking highly of it.
Super into it.
I mean, I would say it's good. It's very overrated though. Like, I mean,
really, okay.
People are acting like they've never seen that kind of story before. It's like. That's the thing about it. It's like it's great performance, and honestly, I mean, good for them that they made all this money. They beat Star Wars and all this crazy shit. But like it's a little overrated when you see it. It's like, oh, it's just like another monkey paws story, like.
Well, it was very similar with when Blair Witch came out.
Yeah,
right.
I was going to say Blair
Witch. If you didn't know fully about it, like you could have like bought into it. But then once you kind of found out it was found footage and like whatever, and like everybody was just like, oh, okay. But like if you saw it too late or past the hype, it couldn't live up to that.
That's the thing too. The hype on that one was insane. Like I remember even I was reading about that movie at film festivals, and the marketing and everything on Blair Witch was so good that it made me doubt that I read that article. I was like, wait. Was this really real? It was the marketing was that crazy. Like it made me doubt that I read that. Huh?
Are they making a Blair Witch 2?
They're rebooting it. Actually.
Oh, they're rebooting it. The last one was horrible. Like the last reboot.
I don't even remember it. Yeah. See that goes to show. I don't even remember it.
Book of Shadows. That one was. Ugh.
That was rough too because they abandoned the whole the thing that made it's what it was. They abandoned it, made it a regular movie, and none of it was good.
Yeah, right. And then the whole time I'm like, there was no book or shadows in the movie. So like, what the fuck were they even talking about with that title? Like,
yeah, right.
It's just like so wild.
None of it made sense.
None of it. Yeah, before we bring in the first guest, anything going on with you guys this week, or you just or since the last week time we were live?
Not too much. Do you guys have any plans for the 4th or anything? Or
I know I got my niece's birthday is on the 4th of July. I'm sure there'll be something going on there. And of course there'll probably be a few barbecues and things like that.
Of course. It's the 250th birthday or anniversary, but it doesn't seem like that long. It's basically 2 Mel Brooks and me,
I love how you can like reduce it down to that. Yeah, you're right though. I mean,
pretty much. It doesn't seem like that long. America isn't that old,
Yeah, no. I mean, yeah, it's crazy to think that, think like that. But yeah, you're right.
Well, I mean, comparatively, when you look at like things like the Roman Empire, all that stuff, even the old West in some ways, like,
right,
it's still kind of very young in that regard.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And we still don't have it together.
We don't have our shit together.
It's just going to take another 250 years.
Yeah.
Couple of show notes is we'll be live for the next 3 weeks. Because next week we got a special episode We got Tom Doherty, Bill Mouse, and Don Chin coming onto the show. There's a huge Kickstarter right now for 2 huge omnibuses for the adolescent radioactive black belt hamsters.
Wow.
Dynamite's putting out. So Don Chin's been promoting that like crazy. And we have not had him on the show since, God, maybe that first year we've done this show, wasn't it, Johnny?
It's been a while.
It's been a long time. And Don kind of left comics and then he kind of came back with this, which is awesome.
It is nice to see him back in the comics realm.
What's that?
I said, sorry, I didn't mean to step on you. I was going to say it's nice to see him back in the comics realm. Yeah,
definitely. You know what I'm going to tell him when he comes on the show? I'm like, Don, the absolute universe, absolute Batman needs a parody stat. You know, like
100%.
That book needs to be parodied immediately. You know, if he's thinking about another parody book.
They've already made it to the point where they're making an animated series. So it's
makes me mad that I sold my shit because now I'm like, it's probably going to even go up even further now because of that.
But don't think of it that way because you parlayed it into something you really wanted.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? True. So that's and for people who don't know, Keith ended up backing and getting the G.I. Joe set.
Yeah.
Exactly. From that really nice Kickstarter set that was out there.
Yeah, absolutely. So I definitely got something I wanted. And speaking of animated series, and then we'll bring the first guest in. Did you see the news this week about the new, was it Genndy Tartakovsky that did Samurai Jack? He's doing a Conan series. How awesome is that going to be?
Awesome.
Dude, that's going to
bring some of that primal energy.
Yes, that could be better than the movies, man. Can you? It really could. Like that 100%. Dude is next level with storytelling and everything. So I cannot wait. Like they just even the one image they showed looked amazing. I was like, holy shit, I'm in.
Yeah, they couldn't have picked a better person to tell that story, and I hope they give him a very unfiltered approach.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I mean? Like I understand if you have to make if it's animated and you have to make it more for like a wider audience, I get that. But don't hold back.
Yeah.
Give us unfiltered, awesome Conan, you know?
Yeah. So I can't wait. I think it's gonna be great. So yeah, I'm definitely on board. Are you a fan of Genndy Tartakovsky, Harry?
I know
like Samurai Jack and Primal. You ever see those?
No.
Well,
oh my God.
I'm sure it's great. My favorite show he ever did was Symbionic Titan.
Oh, that one's great too.
Awesome. Yeah, great music, great story,
great characters,
great voice cast, and a giant robot that gets assembled like Voltron. It's amazing.
Yeah, and the robot was very cool too. Very cool
robot design.
Is it like
Primal, man? Primal is like could be my favorite. That's just, I mean, storytelling without any talking. Like really, like it's just you know.
It's a master class in it. I have to get caught up on that. I've only seen the first season, but it's good stuff.
Yeah, well, so you haven't even scraped the good stuff. Like season 2 is where it's at, and then
it really goes into
final season was amazing too.
Yeah.
So
I started watching.
Harry, get on that.
I started watching all the Curb Your Enthusiasm episodes. I've never watched them all the way. Yeah, so I'm watching all those now.
Nice. Yeah, fucking awesome. And then Amy reminded me Unicorn Warriors Eternal. That one was good too.
That was good. I did see that one actually.
But it
was weird. That one was so weird, and I loved how weird it was.
Yeah, me too.
So where can I find these? Can I go on?
Primal is on Max. If you have Max,
okay, I have Max.
I think a lot of them are because they were all part of Cartoon Network or Adult Swim or whatever.
I think Primal would be more his speed. Like Samurai Jack, you kind of have. There's a lot to watch. It's like 5 seasons plus the final season. And I would say start with Primal. It's shorter.
Right.
And you'll get a gist for his kind of storytelling. But yeah, no, we got a great show. We're actually been running behind. We should have brought the guest in like 10 minutes ago, but because we didn't start until 10 minutes because of my stupid computer crash.
It happens.
Right as we were about to go live, it was like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Well, that's why we have a little bit of padding time, right?
Yeah, exactly. So, all right, without further ado, our first guest tonight, been on our show once before, has like a really cool campaign called Hellstones that looks awesome. And I believe this is the second issue of Hellstones.
I read both books that he sent over. It was good.
Oh,
stuff.
you did? Okay, good. Because
Yeah.
I didn't get a chance to read it, and I don't think Harry did either.
No.
So I'll let you drive with the questions here, Johnny, mostly, and because it looks great, though. I got to admit, like it looks like a great book. Without further ado, bring in tonight's first guest, Frank Walk. Hey, Frank.
Hey, what's going on, gentlemen? How you doing?
Going
Good, how are
on,
you?
man? Long time no see, dude.
Yeah, been about a year.
Yeah,
a little
it
bit
feels
behind
longer though.
schedule.
It feels longer than that, you know. For some reason, I don't know why, but
It's been a long year.
yeah.
Yeah, for real. Well, welcome back. Thanks for taking the time to come on, man. We appreciate it. Sorry that we're running late.
Hey, no worries. Life happens, man. It's cool. I'm easygoing.
Right on.
Yeah, I figured you and the next guest are pretty easy, laid back guys, so I figured you wouldn't mind waiting for a few minutes for us to just have a little bit of diarrhea of the mouth, you know. So
That's fine. You're talking about all the things that I've been paying attention to lately, so I'm just in the background. Going, yeah.
dude,
Well,
how
I
good
would
is
say
the
chime in.
What was that?
Conan series by Jendi Tartakovsky?
Oh, dude, Gendy is the man.
Yeah.
Like you were saying, Primal and Samurai Jack. Like
Ah.
you nailed it when you're like masterclass in storytelling. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Especially with Primal. It was like,
And do you agree with me? Those could be better than the Schwarzenegger movies. Like,
oh, by far.
yeah,
by
like
far,
because his
yeah.
storytelling is, and he has no budget to hold him back. Like it's, you know,
Yeah.
so
exactly.
yeah, I cannot wait for that. It's gonna be amazing. So
I would
wait
like.
to see
I know
what
they
it does.
gotta like Johnny was saying, you know, try to appeal to a broader audience in most cases with some of this stuff, but I hope they don't. I
Yeah,
hope
me
they don't.
too.
I hope they're like, hey, Conan is a more adult series anyway.
Yep.
So even though it's going to be animated by Gendy and he's got his own unique style, let's go the route of like heavy metal and let's just throw it out there and just do it the service that it needs.
Yeah, they got to go in all in the Crom stuff. They got to, you know,
Yeah.
they got to go in all, you know, I want to see all of it. You know, I want to see Conan fighting giant snakes and fucking wizards. And yeah, can't wait, man. It's going to be great. But anyway, so how's things going? How was, I know the first Hellstones that was like a year ago, huh?
Yeah, that was book 0. It was a prologue, so it was
Okay.
actually only a half issue. It was like 12 pages. Yeah, probably
Okay.
less than 12 pages because there's some filler stuff in there too. But
Yeah. Go ahead,
But
Johnny.
a really great setup, though. Like you laid some really great groundwork in that issue 0, and it read and felt like an issue 0, where you know it's a promise, not a complete story, right? So
Right.
you hit all the notes, you kind of you did all the broad brushstrokes. I love the stones themselves. They you know your villain in that book kind of looks like oh god, the villain from the Inhumans. I forget his name off the top of my head. Maximus.
Max.
But he looks like he's
Oh.
wielding the Infinity Stones. So like even that like imagery, I was like, oh, that's really cool. Like it reminded me of something that I genuinely love. So
yeah,
I thought that was really cool as well. And also very epic because it seems like it spans a really long time. So, you know, you're seeing some stuff from the past, you're seeing some stuff from mythology, but you're also seeing the modern day and how all of it's played out. So very cool in that regard as well.
yeah. Thanks. I really appreciate that. Yeah, it's that's exactly what the whole point was to just gently introduce people to the concept, and then with this book 1 that's kicking off here on Wednesday, to really just have the opportunity to just dive in. You know, the prologue, very, you know, I mean, the whole series is pretty character driven, but there was no action at all in the prologue. So on the next book, like I had to open up right out the gate and just go full
Nice.
steam ahead. Let's get some fast paced stuff going.
this is-
hasn't. Sorry,
Go ahead.
on, Keith.
Go ahead, Johnny.
I was just gonna say that issue 1 does kind of have like a Tomb Raider vibe. There's a
Oh,
little
for
bit of
sure.
action, a little bit of exploration. I love that. It felt very Laura Croft to me, and that checked all the boxes.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I've been by people that have actually reviewed it early and stuff. I'm getting a lot of like, you know, Indiana Jones and Tomb Raider vibes, especially since it, you know, this one takes place in a jungle. You know, that doesn't, you know, that helps kind of feed into that narrative a little bit. And,
Absolutely.
you know, You have this
Were those-
powerhouse chick with a tank top on.
Yeah, I love that. Were those two of your influences going into this?
Oh, how could it not be? I'm a 45-year-old man. I mean, that was the bread and butter I was raised on.
Yeah.
I love that. I prefer too when they I hated when I love the Laura Croft character, but I liked when she was a little more tank top and shorts. I hated when the later games when they started dressing her up, and the games were still good, but it was like, I don't know, it took something away. You know what I mean? So I like
less
the
is
old
more.
school. Yeah, yeah.
Well, you also have to remember that Laura Croft is a byproduct of the same era of comics, where our female comic characters looked exactly like that during that time too.
Yeah, that's
right.
true.
So
That is
it's just
true,
like
yeah.
it is sort of like a little bit of just a reflection of that in that regard.
It's kind of swinging back again, like slowly but surely.
It's
Starting
always
to see
been
more
there.
comics.
I
like
feel like
that.
it's always been there. It just kind of like undulates, right?
Yes, yes.
certain
Goes
extent
away
of
for a little
exposure.
while. Yeah.
But what I wanted to kind of circle back around is just for viewers, because we've been talking about the story in broad strokes for people who've read it and kind of have context. But for those who don't have context, can you kind of give them the synopsis, the elevator pitch, and kind of bring people aboard to your world?
Yeah, absolutely. So Hellstones is a supernatural action series about some ancient stones, the Hellstones, that grant the user supernatural abilities. They
Who does
by possessing those,
I was
you
thinking
gain
about that.
powers, but they come with a burden, And the story follows Sam as she gets caught between several factioning groups fighting for control of the stones, and each of these groups believe that they know how this power should be used best. So at its core, it's a series that's much like how much are you willing to sacrifice for the perceived greater good, and whether or not good intentions are enough to justify the damage that's left behind.
Oh, interesting.
I like
Okay.
I like what you were saying too on a different podcast I watched you on. You were saying that it kind of reminds me of The Walking Dead, because it's hard to tell who's good and who's bad, because everyone has their own perspective of how to use the stones. You know what I mean? So
Absolutely.
like so she may not be necessarily good or bad, or obviously she's like the main.
Yeah, well, that's why I say it's a really character-driven story, is because Sam is human. If I was granted some extraordinary abilities, I couldn't tell you if I would be a hero. Honestly, I couldn't. I'd like to think I would be. I like to think I'm a good person. Would I do some shady stuff? I don't know.
I mean, you are wearing all black. I don't know.
You can get away with it. Yeah, you're wearing all black.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah,
Hey, that's profiling. You guys are just profiling them now. That's all. But no, I subscribe to that though, because I feel like if we had the Superman, we would revolt against him. You know what I mean? Like, I think us as human beings, we're scared of that shit. So if somebody did something a little bit Homelandery, we'd feel a little bit, terrified and want to put him down too.
Yeah, we'd be like plotting to take him down. him or her down.
Everyone has access to kryptonite. Everyone has access to kryptonite.
That's the whole like plot of like Lex Luthor is
so
having
plentiful.
the forethought to see that and prep and speak out about it.
But that's us automatically giving in to the doubt, right? Without giving any faith, right? That's it. I'm getting a little bit too religious here, but right, it's like without giving faith, you don't know.
Right.
So there's a trade-off there. It's almost like you have to get slapped first before you know, right?
Sure.
Anyway.
Yeah, absolutely. But I know, but I also want to say, like, those kind of characters where you don't know whether they're good or evil, they're all in this gray area. I think those are the best stories. I always like when you see when you have a villain that you can almost see his perspective.
Kind of like The Walking Dead.
One thing that makes him a villain, you know what I mean?
Like
Magneto was always that classic one, because you could kind of see his point of view, but then the murder of humans just kind of had I kind of couldn't give.
Or like The Walking Dead with when Andrew Lincoln Grimes killed, Negan's people. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
from Negan's perspective, like you asshole, you killed my people. you
Yeah,
know?
your tribe basically. And
Yeah,
then
right.
from Rick's point of view, it's like these guys are just going to be more awful people. You know what
Right.
I mean? Like, but
Yeah.
But that also is a testament to that series, because what that show did in that comic did so really very well is that the environment, the world forced people to have to, even good people, to do bad things, right? And it's not like a Punisher doing bad to do good. It's like, I'm a good guy, I do good things, I think I'm a good person, but I have to do really shitty things.
I mean,
For the
Johnny,
greater good.
I barely trust anybody now as it is. Forget about the apocalypse.
Harry's just side-eyeing the guy in the airport behind him, like
always.
what's that all about?
So I haven't read it. So do the Hellstones actually, do they influence people, or is it more that they know they have power and they can use them?
Yeah, I was gonna ask. Are they like Gollum? Are they like in the Precious? Do they affect people? And
Well, what I can say in regards to that is the people that have the stones are aware of what's being bestowed upon them and can use them freely.
Okay. All right. Interesting. Okay. Yeah. No, I hope to read it. I'll read the stuff you sent over at some point. Like I always feel bad because guests send us all their stuff and I just never have the time to read it. But sometimes I read it like months later. I'm like, oh, I wish I read this so I could tell them what I thought of this part or whatever.
Well, if you ever get around to it, feel free to shoot me a message. I'd love to know your thoughts, even privately. I just like to know what people are thinking.
Okay. Yeah, we'll do, man.
I mean, so having read it, I can like, a lot of what came to me when I was reading it is that like, I saw things that you possibly may have been inspired in, or I was like reminded of things that I love and I'm inspired by. Like as I'm reading it, particularly issue 0, like some of it felt like that TV show Heroes. You know what I mean? And I'm like, this right. And so it kind of like had that vibe where it's like, okay, I'm introducing superhero and supernatural stuff, but a more common setting. And that's the other thing I really enjoy about the story too, is being somebody who normally enjoys more street level grounded superheroes like the Spider-Mans and the Daredevils and the Punishers.
That's realistic.
But realistic. This even more realistic. But even though this has cosmic stakes with these stones, everything that's happening really feels like real world stakes and aesthetic. Like just it's all very grounded. You know?
Yeah. Thank you. And I mean, all of those things, Heroes, I didn't even think about, but that's exactly the reason why I loved that series. And I love, things that are all in that sphere, and it definitely obviously comes through in my work. At the end of the day, I'm making this for me, and I'm hoping that people are into the same thing I'm into, because I think it's cool as all hell.
The only thing about Heroes,
that's the right way to do it.
The only thing about Heroes that I didn't like is that everybody had powers. There was
I could go on forever about the things I don't like about Heroes.
Well, I mean, it came to me in season 3 when I just realized that one of the characters was pretty much Apocalypse, and they were just mimicking like X-Men storylines. I'm like, oh, wait a minute, this is everything I've read before.
Spock, the Spock character?
Oh God, I forget the actor's name. Robert Forster. Robert Forster was pretty much doing Apocalypse without being Apocalypse. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I don't even know if I made it to season 3.
Maybe a little bit of Mr. Sinister in there, a little bit too.
A little bit of Mr. Sinister, yeah. But like the vibe was there because he was messing with the best of the people and eugenics, which were again Mr. Sinister and Apocalypse's thing, And he had the horsemen too. He literally had 4 horsemen.
Yeah.
Man, wow, I might have to go back and watch that. I don't even remember that season.
It was it's good stuff. I mean, there was really cool things to pull away from Heroes. Like,
for sure.
I think it did itself a disservice in that second season where it alienated a lot of people. And the writer's strike had a lot to do with it, I'm sure, and just making radical changes. Yeah. But for those people who stuck it through, I feel like it was a very satisfying ending. Like things wrapped up good.
I never watched the other one, the Reborn, after that came.
No, me either.
Junk. Junk.
I
Okay.
wouldn't do it.
All right.
I forgot that. Put it this way, I forgot it existed. There you go.
Okay. Good enough. Fair enough. That's awesome. And Frank, are you inspired by any comic books as well? Like, or is there anything that
Oh yeah,
from that made it into the story?
Yeah, for sure. I like things like Sandman.
Okay.
I love the mythology, the lore building, how dark and emotional. Like the characters have this emotional weight to them. I love that.
Yeah.
I like the grit and consequence of things like Spawn.
Yeah.
That's great. I like a lot of the more supernatural kind of leaning stuff.
Okay.
But yeah, absolutely. And while the first book, might not necessarily lean so heavy into things, it's book one. It's a slow burn. It'll get there. But yeah, absolutely.
What's your plan to release in terms of like 0 to 1? Are you still releasing them separately, or do you have them bundled together now in this issue 1?
They are going to remain separate.
Okay.
0 and 1, but the plan is every 3 or 4 do a trade volume or
Bundle them
something.
up, of course.
Throw them all together. It just makes more sense.
Sure. I wasn't sure if 0 was going to remain separate, or if you were kind of rolling it into this like issue 1 and kind of giving it a more complete thing. But I do like 0 because it does act as a great proof of concept. Like if you can read that and you get jazzed about it, you have a reader on your hands. Like
yeah, absolutely.
It does what it needs to do.
Yeah, I tried to also make book 1 not have to be dependent on book 0. But if you got book 0, you get a little more, It's
a good buy-in. It's a good buy-in.
Yeah. So I definitely want to keep it around. So it'll always be something that's available on, Kickstarters to, as an add-on, stuff like that.
Cool. Well, it's always good. I think you did the right thing with that, because it's always good. Like Stan Lee always used to say when he write a book, like it was always like, even though it was like number 300 and something, he would always write it so as it was like if somebody's first comic, and I think that's smart to do, like, always thinking that, hey, someone might not have read the previous issue, and
right,
so it's smart to produce, approach things like that,
Yeah, I mean, you got to be a little bit careful, pick and choose where you can do that, because there is a page count.
Right. And you don't want to be recapping the entire origin again. Yeah. But, sometimes you can throw a line in there or something. Remember, that can help catch people up or whatever,
Well, the funny thing is that's the difference between us and the indie level to like a bigger level, right? Where they can afford to do whatever the heck they want.
Yeah.
Versus us on the indie scale where, like you said, like every page is real estate.
Yeah.
And, you really have to be very economical about it. It's the same thing with indie film. It's like you see 2 same scripts, one with a big budget, one with an indie budget, and the way they could be executed. And like, you know what I mean? You can see how one's very frugal and economical, could tell the story very well, versus one that's got a lot of budget that's just not hitting. Yep. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, it was definitely a struggle for me when I was writing this series, was because of, being indie, not having a very deep pocketbook, but at the same time, the story I wanted to tell, while it is a, finite story, I wanted to tell it my way, which is a little bit of a slower burn because it is very character focused. And I really want you to get to know and invest in these characters. So the pace needs to be slower a little bit. Mm-hmm. So the series becomes longer, therefore the expense becomes a little more. But at the same time, I wasn't willing to compromise on the story I wanted to tell. So I was like, I can shorten it down and speed it up, but why? Then it defeats the purpose of why I'm doing this to begin with.
Bingo.
100%.
That's I love that you use the word fight. Sorry, I didn't mean to step on it there. I was going to say, I love that you do that, though, because I always advocate to people to say, write the story for yourself, don't chase like a trend. Don't try to just, imprint some type of like whatever on it. Write the story for yourself. And
Yeah.
then because there's people out there who will read it because they're just like you. You know what I mean? Sorry, Harry. Go on.
Go ahead.
Oh, no. I was going to say something dumb first, and then a real question. But like you use the word finite, and I hate math. You know, when I was in college, I'm like, it seems like a math course to like graduate. Mike, and I looked on the list of class courses, and there's a math class called finite math. Oh, finite math. How hard can it be? It's finite. You know, it's got to be within hardest friggin' course ever because I hate word problems, you know, but in this class you had to not only solve them but write them and then solve them and show how you solve them. Like, what the hell class am I in? You know, so it was the worst. Anyway, my real question though is, crap, I forgot it.
Oh no!
Oh, yeah. No, I got it. Where did your disdain for corporations and televangelists come from? Was it Timothy Faye Baker's eyelashes or something, or what was it that?
No. I just. I'm an old punk rock kid, man.
Yeah,
I mean that's really what it is. So it's just me taking
Rage
a look at
Against
all
the
the
Machine.
things, right, and just magnifying and blowing things up a little bit more out of proportion.
I like that. That's a good answer. I mean, yeah. I think we all are on some level hate that stuff, right? I mean, like,
Unless you're in it.
When I was younger, I was definitely a little more, punk rock like that. I mean, and then once you work for a corporation, you hate them even more. So it's like,
yes,
that's fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
So, but
we've all been
dude,
there.
it looks good. I want to pop it up here so show people, because the artwork is awesome on this too. Like,
Yeah,
you got a
yes.
really good artist.
Could you please talk a
Who
little
did
bit
the,
more about that? Because that's something we definitely didn't touch upon yet.
I like the
artwork?
logo too.
Yeah, the logo is nice as well. Yeah, you're right, Harry. It is a good, strong logo.
Yeah, thank you.
Is that your work?
The logo is, yeah, absolutely.
Oh,
Very
that
nice.
was
Cool.
yours.
Like
Oh, wow, that's
like
great.
it.
Yeah. The only thing that I don't do on this is the pencils and inks. I'm the colorist, the editor in chief, the writer. I wear all the other hats.
It's kind of like us, me in a way too, like, because I do everything but the art. I do the lettering, the concept, the writing.
Yeah.
I don't do the colors or anything. It's always, I always try to find an artist that'll do all three.
I do logos.
Here,
Yeah.
Yeah, Harry does logos.
So the artist on book 0 and book 1 here is Epilose Paul, and he just does great work, and I think with my colors on top of it, I really think it just puts together a really strong showing. I'd worked for some other independent companies in the past that almost felt like they were just cutting corners, to save on some money, which I totally get. But it informed me on what I didn't want to do because I'm a reader as well. So I'm like, why not take the time to put out the best quality that I can? Just because we're independent doesn't mean that we're not professional. So let's just try and highlight that.
I like that. That's a great attitude to have. And I wish more indie guys had that same attitude, because professionalism is what sets you apart from other indie creators, I think.
I couldn't agree more.
And man, look at that. I love this page too, man.
It looks like something that could have been released from one of the bigger companies easily. Hands down.
Yeah, 100%.
Wow, thank you. I would really appreciate that. I can tell you, I never want to render a jungle again. That's a lot of green and yellows and leaves, and
it could be worse. It could be like all buildings and like concrete and stuff.
Yeah, it's right. I'll always find something to complain about.
Right. Yeah, man. I think this looks great, dude. The artist is great. Now, has he worked on any? Has he have any other books he's done in the past? Or
Yeah, he's been on the indie scene for a while. I honestly I couldn't tell you what he's been working on. I apologize. I know he's been working with Northridge Studios out of Canada.
Cool.
I think I don't recall the name of the series, so I apologize.
Okay. Yeah, no worries. But beautiful artwork, even the lettering too. Like you bring it up a notch. It's very, very good.
Thank
So
you.
also,
meeting
how
with
important was it to have a female lead in your story?
Super important. That's
Yeah.
where it all started. Was back in 2015, working a desk job, and I just wanted to do a little creative writing, just to pass the time. I was super bored, and I'm a forever D&D player. I'm also a forever DM, and I always liked character creation.
Yep.
I like thinking of the lore and the backstory of a character. So that's literally where it started, was me creating Sam. And I just really wanted to make someone that was capable, stubborn, independent, maybe not the typical, hourglass figured woman, that while there's, places and stuff like that for that, I just didn't want that. I just wanted to feel like, the girl next door, every girl, but very capable and gruff.
Sarah Connor
for sure.
There you
Absolutely.
go.
Ellen Ripley.
Yes.
Yeah, right here. Like that shows. Yeah,
absolutely. So yeah, it was very intentional, the way that Sam was
that's cool.
written and designed. Yeah.
even the variants look great.
But I was gonna say, yeah, the variant cover, like that lends itself for some of that like cheesecake you might want, right?
Oh,
So
absolutely.
So you could have it both ways, right?
Right.
Yeah. It was important for me to get the variant covers, to get people that are artists that had wildly different styles. That way they can, speak to a different audience and show what this might look like in somebody else's hands down the line or something like that. We got Fish Lee on the variant cover 1A, who he's amazing. He almost has this like cell shade Venture Brothers kind of style about him, which I really dig. I'm a big fan of that. And then Michael Rushbrook, who's a buddy of mine, a lot of his influences are, Eastern, so you have a lot of like anime, manga, stuff like that. As you can, clearly tell here, you can't have an anime without a big chested woman.
Of course.
Nothing wrong with that, though.
Nothing wrong with that at all.
Yeah.
I think that, I even like your Pigmacast logo as well. The drop with the
thank you.
Pigmacast studio. Yeah, that's cool, man. And the Hellstones logo I really like as well. So yeah, everything looks professional. It's great.
I appreciate that. I'll take that as the highest compliment for sure.
Yeah, dude. I'm telling you, it looks good. So here, let me share the link for people to check out in the chat. This is also in the description of the video if you're watching this tomorrow, if you guys want to check it out. When does it go live, Frank?
We're going live July 1st.
Wow, nice. When did you launch last year? Do you remember?
Same time.
Same time.
Same time. Yeah.
And how in your other campaign did okay, if I remember right?
Yeah, absolutely. I think it was somewhere around 170, 180% funded.
Oh, that's great, man.
That's awesome. Congrats on that.
Especially I wish you luck too. Like I know it's getting a little tougher on the crowdfunding, but like you've already built an audience. It looks like you already have 40 something people following the project. So that's a strong start right there.
I'm hoping so. This is always the most anxious time for me. Always.
Yeah. Well, now I'm hearing, people are saying like this part of it is more important than when the campaign's actually live, is to get, the pre-interest going so you can channel that algorithm to your favor, so.
Yeah, absolutely. So for those people that don't have book zero, thanks, brother. Appreciate it. So for those people that haven't read book zero and don't have that buy-in already, don't have the interest already, go check out the trailer. I am so proud of this trailer, and I think
actually, if you want, I'll play it. Let me see. How long is it? How long is it?
About a minute 40.
Oh, okay. You guys,
Let's
you guys
roll. Let's roll
Right.
that footage.
All right, let me
Let's
let me
roll
share
that
it here. Hang on.
footage.
And I'll make sure I can make sure I got the sound here. Yeah, also share audio. Okay. All right, perfect. So it's this one right here.
There
Yeah,
we go.
absolutely.
All right, let's take a
Fire
look.
it up. Need some audio, Keith, maybe?
Oh, is the audio not playing?
Yeah, I got no audio. There's audio, right? Yeah.
We can
Yeah.
provide the voices.
there's definitely audio. Not
Right,
coming
hang
through
on.
currently, but it exists.
Wonder. Let me bop out here real quick and see
All
if I
right.
can do it again. Share.
We just blipped in halfway. It's like when it was like in The Fly when he went to go transport. Not everything went over right.
All right, let's see if this works now. Let me know with a thumbs up, Johnny.
You got it.
When Michael struck Lucifer from the heavens, his severed wings shattered and became 7 stones. Power scattered across time, whispering to anyone who dares to listen. I thought that was legend, until I held one. It pushes past fear and rewrites what your body can do. It changes you. I'm looking for my mentor, Gary. He taught me how to survive, how to fight, and why these stones can't fall into the wrong hands. If anyone can make sense of this, it's him. But the world's tearing at the seams. The Lightbringers preach salvation. Lucian Holdings sells tomorrow. They're chasing power they don't understand. I've stayed in the shadows, kept my Hellstone hidden. Now the hunt's back on. Mercenaries in the brush, lasers rake the leaves. Every step betrays me. This is where I draw the line. I've run long enough. It's time to jump into the fray.
Nice. Good stuff,
Very nice.
man.
I got a little Last of Us vibe too with that.
Oh yeah, a little bit.
That's fair.
I can see that vibe.
That's fair. Yeah. If you like the trailer, you're gonna like the series. It's that easy.
I think the trailer. Sorry, I didn't mean to step on it. I was gonna say I think the trailer. And Keith, I think we're still swirly. I don't see any of us. But
Yeah, I'm
I
seeing
think the trailer did a good job of summarizing issue 0.
Mm-hmm.
So like that's a very good approximate of your buy-in right there.
Yeah, absolutely.
And also, Johnny, in a way, those Hellstones kind of look like those like Campbell's soup drops that you were eating before the a little bit.
Well, if they
Here we
taste,
go.
I'm sure they taste the same.
Possibly.
Probably.
Now I'm gonna have to write in some flavor lore.
There's some flavor, Lord. You know what you should do is have a pet fucking lick one of the stones, and then like it just imbues some temporary power, and then that way you can have one of the characters just kind of like the passing line of like, oh, don't lick that. It probably tastes like
Chicken noodle.
XYZ. Yeah,
There
it tastes
we
like
go.
soup drops.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I refused to try those. Johnny was brave enough. And my wife wanted those for some reason. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm dumb enough. I would have tried it. I would have. I'm glad I don't have to now. I'm glad you did.
Yeah, I took that hit for everybody, so everybody else doesn't have to.
There you go. I don't even know if they sell them anymore. I feel like it's still a thing, but this was like
I can
we
understand
filmed that,
why
like
it's a
what, a
limited
year
item.
ago or something. What's that,
I
John?
don't understand why it's a limited item.
Yeah, 100%. So Frank, anything else you want to share? Like anything else you got coming up, or are you just solely focused on Hellstones?
I wish. So I'm definitely ramping up production on Hellstones. I actually just today got the final page of the next book as far as line art goes.
Oh wow, okay.
2027, I'm hoping to start putting out 3 a year.
No kidding. Wow.
Absolutely. I don't want to be telling this story for 10 years.
Okay.
Not that I wouldn't be committed to doing so, but like I said, I'm also a fan of comic books, and I want to get them out there. I don't like having time to forget.
Yeah.
So I think 3 years a good pace that I can maintain. Hopefully, we'll find out. I might be completely gray by this time next year. We'll see. But we'll see how it goes. So yeah, aside from Hellstones, I am working on another IP as well. A friend of mine wrote a short story years ago, and we're going to turn that into a one-off. So I think that'll be cool.
Oh, cool.
And then aside from that, I'm huge into giving back, especially to other creators and the next generation of creators. And I'm actually working on an app as well that will serve artists. There's a little bit about that on my website if anyone's interested. I know we're here talking about comic books, but it's called Pigma Prism. Feel free to go to pigmacast.com. Message me if you have any questions. But it's another thing I'm really proud of, putting together a demo package, pitch package for that.
Really? Okay, I'm intrigued by this. Yeah.
Yeah, well, so it's funny because we have this history of featuring comic technology on this show. We have another app that was a comic app called the Majestic Reader that offered like all sorts of new ways to read comics. And then before that, friends of the show were the friends at Global Comics, which are the forefront of digital comics right now. So I'd love to hear, and if you have the time, to pitch a little bit about the app that you're working on.
Certainly, yeah, that's not a problem. So Pigma Prism is, I'm a colorist and a digital painter. And when I was getting into moving into the digital space, I didn't have any resources. I didn't have any friends that were doing this. Color theory is a huge, vast, and confusing and scary thing for a lot of people as well. So I wanted to create an app that supports that. So this app has a 3D light rendering studio, so you have 3D models that you can manipulate in 3D space by changing the color of the model, of the environment, and of the light itself. So you can actually get real color theory happening without having to understand all the complexities of color theory. And going, what happens if you have a blue light shining on a red material? Well, it's going to turn gray. I know that because I took the time to study color theory. You don't need that. You can run that in the app and you'll get the color. It has built-in color pickers as well. So you get your hexadecimal values or your color swatches. That way you can import them into whatever app you're using and build your color palette. The app itself also allows you to build custom color palettes within the app itself and then export those palettes. There's also a feature where you can drag and drop any image. It doesn't have to apply to comic books or paintings. You can be an interior designer, take a picture of a wall and upload that image into the software, and it will extract the top 16 colors from that image and rank them by percentage of use, and then allow you to export that as a palette as well. And there's also built-in features for instant color harmonies. So again, that's that baked-in color theory. You can say, okay, I have the color blue selected, and then I can hit, show me a triadic color scheme, show me that analogous color scheme, and it will show you its complementary colors. And then you can build that into its own palette as well. I'll hit my microphone.
You'll have to show us when you come back, when it's operational.
Yeah, we'll have to do a demo for us on the show or something. That'd be cool.
Absolutely, I would absolutely love to. This is really maybe the second time that I've talked about it publicly, but yeah, I'm super stoked to talk about it. Like I said,
that sounds awesome.
I love giving back and making artists tools, and hopefully just not being gatekeeping and sharing knowledge. Like I said, color theory is hard.
That kind of reminds me of Stan Lee talking about the Incredible Hulk. When he first came, he was intended to be gray, but because the inks were all messed up and the gray, came out green, and he went with that. I guess I forget how the exact way it went, but he was originally
gray for the first 6 issues, and then they went to inks, green after that
because something was wrong with the inks were messed up or something.
Yeah, they didn't have the green color or something, I think, or
the
something
gray.
like
but Kind of
But
reminded
then
me
they
of that.
wrote it in after, which was cool.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
made it part of the story after, which is great.
Yeah.
I
Um,
but to the app though, that's actually going to make a colorist job like 1,000% easier, I would
Yeah.
imagine. Like,
Oh God, yeah.
yeah, that's awesome.
I use it all the time.
That's great.
It's
And you built this thing from the ground, so you know how to
Yeah.
program and everything, huh?
I know enough to be dangerous, but luckily
No
there,
shit.
you know, there's a lot of programs out there. A lot of problems have already been solved. People have been coding for forever at this point.
Yeah.
I have some good friends as well, but I've got I got to be close to about 800 hours into building this app.
No shit.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
So it's been in production for a very long time.
Yeah, when you get it
Wow.
closer to to a point where you're gonna start like showing it off, yeah, give us a shout.
Absolutely, I'd be happy.
Yeah, we'd love to have you come
send
on
you
and
copies.
just like
This is your real
just
life.
show out all the capabilities of it right live on the air. We'll have you share your screen or whatever, and we'll just watch what you do. And I think it'd be awesome to check out.
This is your real life
I'm
Hellstone.
intrigued.
This is your power. You can show it off.
yeah, there you
Yeah.
go. Yeah, bringing it right back to Hellstones. I love it.
Right.
Awesome. Well, all right. Well, Frank, any want to share any of your socials like for people like like where people can find you and everything?
You sure? Yeah, I'm generally found at Pigmacast,
Okay.
or W Frank Walk, or just Google me. I show up there nowadays. So
That's awesome.
And can I ask you one last question? Are you wearing all black because it's every color? Because like,
mostly because I'm indecisive.
Okay.
That's how
gonna say,
much he thinks about color theory.
I know, like it's like every
It
color.
is. I got a color wheel right back there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My flames are actually color gradient.
Oh, cool.
I love it.
Yeah, color consumes me.
Yeah.
Dude, that's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah, Frank, well, thanks for coming back on, man. And everybody, July 1st, which is what? Is that
This
tomorrow?
Wednesday.
Wednesday, Hellstones is launching. So check it out. Take the link that I put in the chat. I'm going to share it one more time.
Sign up. Get
Sign up.
notified.
Absolutely.
We got a
Check
back
it out.
great
Check out the
independent
trailer.
comics. And if you're watching tomorrow, like I said, just go right to our description in the video and click that link and sign up and help them have an awesome launch. That way the algorithms on Kickstarter are very kind to them,
This book is dope. You won't regret picking it up. That's for sure.
Nice. Awesome. All right. Well, Frank, thanks again, man, for coming on. And like I said, when you get that app closer, hit us up. We'd love to have
I'd
you
love
back.
to have you back.
Cool.
Absolutely will do. I appreciate it, gentlemen. Good
Yeah,
to see
Yeah,
you.
Have a
awesome,
good night
man.
and
Have a
good
great
luck.
night,
Good to see you,
and,
man.
good luck
Take
with
care.
the campaign. All right.
Thank you.
We'll see you. All right. Dude.
How is it that we're a magnet for people in tech and comics combined? Like, I think we should just change the focus of the show.
Not a bad problem to have.
No, it's not. And I love that people are willing to kind of come on the show and show off their wares,
I
That
love
sounds awesome. Like, I mean,
I love it.
I have no desire to be a colorist, but like if you had tools like that made your life easier,
100%.
why not?
Like, even, But even for the sake of like marketing, like I'd want to know what the color palette of my book was, right? Without having to go in, because I don't color my book. You know what I mean? So when I go to develop things,
Thanks, man.
there you go.
Appreciate
Thanks, man.
it.
Appreciate that. Appreciate you.
Absolutely appreciate that.
But yeah, just to have a complex color palette of your work helps you build your branding, build your logos, build your, you know what I mean? Like you want to know what your colors are. Like if I can muse on Sunny Sponder on booth aesthetic, you want to know what your color palettes, color palette of your products are, so that way your marketing is aligned.
Oh
You
yeah,
want your tablecloth to match your your logo or some other piece of like aesthetic branding. You want the eye to catch the thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. And plus there's like that unspoken rule in comics, which, like your heroes are supposed to have,
Bright colors.
was it bright colors like blues and reds and yellows. And then like the villains tend to have greens and purples and you know what I mean? Like there's that like kind of like a visual thing that you start to notice once you know that, once you know that color theory stuff,
Right,
like,
right.
like like Green Goblin is a perfect example, or the Joker, like look, they're
But then you
green
have the
and
Hulk,
purple
though.
all the time. Yeah. So good stuff, man.
I also love
Oscar the Grouch.
I love how Green Goblin, more specifically, is a purple green, like two uncommon colors matched together.
Yeah.
You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
exactly. Yeah. It's wild. Harry, what did you say? I'm sorry.
Oh, nothing. That's something stupid anyway.
Oh, okay.
I was going to say like the Hulk is green and Oscar the Grouch is green, but
Yeah, but
I
Hulk,
guess
Hulk, it can be a villain though. Like if you think about it, he's not often. Right now, he's like the biggest threat in the Marvel universe. So like he's not often a hero. He kind of is, but
he's billed as the antagonist in the new Spider-Man movie.
Oh, is he really? I didn't know
Yeah.
that.
He's actually an antagonist in the movie, not a hero.
And we don't know who that body jumping villain is, do we?
I know. I already know who it is.
You do? Okay, you got some
know
spoilers.
everything.
Like
I didn't read spoilers. I'm just confident I know the.
Speaking of Green Lantern,
Green Lantern, yeah. Hey Joe,
I love the trailer for Lanterns. Have you seen that?
Oh, I've not seen
yes.
Preview.
Yeah.
Oh, it looks awesome. I think it looks awesome.
Looks good.
Hal Jordan. Yeah, it looks really good.
I like the guy playing Hal Jordan. Kyle Chandler is great.
Yeah.
I like
why is he so angry? Like that's the one thing in the trailer. He's so angry.
Well, I think he's old and he's like ready to give up his ring to what's his name?
We'll see. I'm a little skeptical because Tom King is one of the writers on it, and I really don't love his stuff. So we'll see.
I like the guy
visually. The trailer looks
John
awesome.
Stewart.
I'll give it a couple.
Right? Yeah,
I'll give it a couple episodes. If I like it, I'll continue with it. Johnny, what were you gonna say?
I was just saying I like the guy playing John Stewart. He was in that Rebel Ridge movie.
Yes,
really
yeah.
good.
What's that actor's name? He's great. I
forget his name, but he was really good in Rebel Ridge. I highly recommend if you ever want to see an action movie that specializes in close quarter combat. That's the movie right there.
He's good. I did like him. And I think Lanterns has potential. It's just the one writer that's on it that I'm not in love with. So we'll see. I'll definitely give it a couple episodes though, just to check it out.
Yeah.
And then well, moving right along, fellas. Since we're already running behind. I don't want to keep our second guest waiting too much longer. Been on their show a couple times. Had a couple different projects.
Yep.
He's back with I think the third chapter of his kind of like Superman type story called Samson, which Harry, you said you had a chance to read, right?
I did, yeah. Both. I think there are 2 books. I read.
Yeah, there's 2 that he sent over 1 and 2. I hope to read it. It's like again. I didn't get a chance to read it, but hopefully down a couple months from now, I'll get to read it, But yeah, without further ado, let's bring our second guest on tonight, Ben Lacy.
Hi,
Ben,
how you doing?
What's up, man?
Oh, not much. I'm glad to be here.
Good to see you.
Welcome back.
Again.
Oh, thank you. Thanks for having me again.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm very upset you're not wearing your shark hat tonight.
Well, I'm not promoting Shark Aboard tonight.
I know, but regardless, I would wear it all the time.
I also changed my house, so I have to go dig it out of the closet where I packed everything away at.
Okay. Did you end up move recently or something, man?
Yeah, we moved somewhere else. We moved closer to downtown, a smaller place. Now that our kids are grown.
Right on.
Yeah,
cool.
That works.
Congrats
on the move.
Does the aesthetic help with comic creating?
I don't know about that yet. It doesn't hurt.
Okay, that's good.
Once I get everything set up, it should be better.
Nice.
How's the chi in the house?
Oh, it's nice.
Good feng shui.
Right.
Good feng shui.
Not that I know anything about chi.
Neither do I.
Awesome, man. And we haven't talked to you in a while. I think the last time you were here, you were promoting the Shark comic. And I think you had mentioned Samson was in the works.
Right.
So this is the 3rd issue, right? Yeah, you're moving right along.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
you have how many issues of the Shark one? You have a lot, if I remember. Right.
We're
11.
working on the art for issue 10 right now.
Oh,
yeah,
that's
So
great.
nine came out late last year. 10 will come out hopefully sometime this year.
Oh, dude, that's a quite the run, man.
It is quite a run.
In the indie realm, you know.
Yeah, I'm pleased with it. Yeah, I figure it's got another issue or two left, and then I'll tie a bow on it.
Probably not in time for Shark Week, right? This year.
Oh no, Shark Week's probably is in a couple of weeks, I think.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I usually do some kind of event with Shark Week. I usually have like a giveaway or something like that.
Oh, that's
Yeah, you should. You should give like a free digital #1 or something. Or
I do better than that. I give hard copies of my.
Do you really?
I have a giveaway. I do giveaway hard copy. I give away my digitals for free practically. You can get the first 2 issues of Shark of War, and if you sign up for my email list. If you go to the Samson Kickstarter, you can get issue 1 of Samson just by clicking on the link at the top of the Kickstarter page.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, I mean, it gets people interested, right?
Yeah, I always give away the first issue. I'm fine with people reading it. It doesn't cost me anything to give away a digital issue.
That's true.
If if they don't like it, then there's no loss. If they do like it, maybe they'll back, and I'll get
There you go.
Or they'll buy the physical, because a
Yeah,
lot of
that's
comic
it
readers
too,
read physical.
I've gotten people from who've gotten copies of my digital and wound up packing for physical. Some of them for
awesome.
Pretty good amounts.
It's good marketing, I think. Just like giving out the first one for free. Me and Johnny will do that for giveaways sometimes at conventions and things like that. And Johnny, you do it when they buy stuff from your like the coffee stand and stuff, right?
Yeah. So in one of my cross promotions was putting the QR code to read issue 1 for free on Global Comics on the bottle. So if you bought the hot sauce, you were going to get the comic digitally for free. Now they were going through Global Comics to do so, but still it was a free read of the book. That's awesome. Yeah, that's great, man. Johnny's the king of marketing. So I love it. I wouldn't go that far, but you're good though. You always have great ideas.
Yeah,
for other people, but not for myself.
I take any suggestions. I need help.
Yeah, Johnny, do you have any ideas for like how for Samson? Well, so I didn't get a chance to read Samson, so this is a great opportunity for Ben to actually invite the audience into his world. So Ben, do you want to give the people watching, if this is their first time checking you out, could you want to give them a little synopsis and elevator pitch for Samson?
Sure. Samson is an epic that takes place over the course of 50 years. It starts in World War II, where Sam and his twin brother Saul have been taken to Auschwitz, where the Nazis are going to do experiments on him. This is based on real history. This part, the Nazis did take twins, and they did do experiments on them. Of course, this being a superhero comic, the experiments they're doing are they're trying to use these kids as guinea pigs to develop a super soldier. So they are experimenting on them with drugs to see what they can give them powers. Unfortunately for them, they succeed beyond their expectation, and our kids escape and eventually become a giant threat to the Nazis.
Nice.
Now we also have a parallel story that takes place after the fall of the Berlin Wall, also based on real events, where Samson finds out, now an adult, that one of the superpowered Nazis may have escaped and be living in Chicago. This loosely based on John Demjanjuk, who was an escaped Nazi who was found in Chicago and captured and brought back to Israel for trial. Awesome. So the bonus features in the digital edition of each book tell you about the true history.
Cool.
Was that Ivan the Terrible? Is that who that
was?
Yeah,
he was suspected of being Ivan the Terrible. As it turns out, he was not, in fact, Ivan the Terrible. He was Ivan the Less Terrible.
Oh, okay.
So originally he was convicted, and then he was released, and then the German government wound up trying him for complicity, and they convicted him, but he died while he was out on appeal.
Yeah, I mean, at that point, he was like 1 billion years old too. So
he was like 90, but when he died. So
even if he was like prosecuted and jailed. Like how much he lived a whole life basically.
Yeah, yeah. He largely got away with it, and they misidentified him because they were confusion about the records because the records weren't that great. And they think the real Ivan the Terrible probably died in the war. Is what they suspect. He could have been out there.
Right. Yeah.
But,
I do like, as a comic reader, I do like when creators put that kind of stuff in the back matter of the book.
Right.
I love the book. I'll read everything. Like I'll read the the editor's notes. I'll read the letters page. I'll read all that stuff. So
yeah, the book has both it has bonus features in both issues where I go into historical reality. There's also if you looked at the back of issue 2, there's kind of a faux New Yorker article, kind of giving you is a way to give you a history of the whole Fighting Comics universe by telling the story of Samson's daughter, who's a major figure but has some issues herself. So it's kind of a way to tie in everything. And
she was only briefly mentioned in the 2 books. Is she coming back in her own special, or
she will eventually pop back up into Samson? And that back of the book feature is continuing. It's kind of like a series of short stories, so that people can know what I can't cover this whole history of stuff covering in the few issues of comic books I can crank out. So I'm using this back of the books way to tell the story and provide.
I love that stuff. I mean,
for you.
Think about when you read Watchmen and they had all that stuff in the back.
That is exactly kind of my a little bit of my inspiration.
I love that stuff, and so many people skip over that, but it always adds so much more to the story.
I thought it was really good, and so I'm basically trying to pretend like I'm a writer for the New Yorker, which is if you've ever read the New Yorker, it's a pretty highbrow effort. So I'm really
you got to drink your tea with your pinky up,
I do have my tea, but I don't drink it usually with my pinky up. But
there you go. I love it. I was going to ask you: does the name Samson have any kind of historical relevance?
Well, it's of course there's the biblical Samson. Yeah. And when he winds up going to, he winds up in Israel, where he gets, made a super soldier. We haven't gotten to that point yet. But you can tell for that country, and of course they know the reference. So, and his real name is Samuel, so they obviously say, well, he's got super strength, and his name's Samuel. Well, here we go. We're going to call him Samson. The name writes itself. That's kind of it becomes the inspiration for his superhero identity. And one of the things in the back of the book is you'll see his Silver Age or Golden Age costume from after World War II, which is very much done to look like a biblical superhero might, with a prayer shawl around him, cloak around him, and stuff like that. So that whole idea they tried to push it at first, but then by the time the Cold War rolls around, he's wearing more of a militaristic, practical kind of suit, super suit.
I like that you thought about the whole lineage too of the character, almost like the way Superman looks so different back then than he does now. You know what I mean? Like you look at the Fleischer stuff versus, the new Gunn movie, let's say, the differences in costume and looks and everything is so. I love that stuff though.
That's the part of the challenge is I'm trying to create the image of a complete superhero universe with a long history, but rather than do it in the hundreds of comics that DC and Marvel have put out, thousands of comic books by now that they put out, I'm trying to do it in 17, which is how many I've done so far. So going back to the biblical Samson, issue 1 does have a variant cover where we're showing a biblical version of the character destroying instead of the temple gates, the Brandenburg gates festooned with Nazi flags. Also, for people who did like Shark of War or Vicious Vixens, my 2 other books, a character from those books will be appearing in this issue of Samson, as we start to get to see how the whole continuity of the story goes from World War II, 1990s after the fall of the Berlin Wall, to present times with Shark of War and Vicious Vixens.
I love that. I love that you're
Very
making
cool.
a whole universe, man. It's great.
Well, I think it originally I was thinking Samson would be its own separate universe, and my son was like, no, they have to be in the same universe. You have to have a continuous comic book universe. And I started thinking about it, and I was like, at first I didn't think it would work, and then I was like, well, wait, I have an idea how I can make it work, and it makes sense. So I started to do that, and that, like I said, I'm doing all these things to try and tie it together, providing back material content, describing the history of this universe,
Nice.
providing, having the characters interact in a way that I think will be surprising for people that, who read the other books will enjoy it and be able to go, oh, wow, I recognize that person. And, and that's her in the past. And now I kind of have an idea what happened in the future, how we got to that point, maybe.
That's awesome.
I like the evolution too of the costume of Samson, like what was the first concept, and then how it evolved into the final look of it. Were you the artist was showing you different concepts, and then you picked the one you liked, or
we did a couple things. He gave me like 4 or 5 versions, as well as the rough biblical, rough early Silver Age, Golden Age version. The 4 or 5 different versions I actually put on my newsletter and sent to my readers and said, hey, vote for which one you like the best. And that's kind of where we wound up with the one we did, was by their input. The themes were very similar. The Israeli star, Jewish star of David, some of the other symbolisms like the Hamsa hand, and the which a Jewish symbol for luck, warding off the evil eye. So things like that were kind of all in all the versions. It was more how the blue and colors came together and everything else.
Yeah, it's awesome. Yeah, I'll pop up the campaign shortly here so we can take a look.
Great.
I love that when you do the covers too, you do like those like homage covers. They're really cool looking, and I always appreciate that as a fan too.
Oh, the Alex Ross stuff. That's pretty.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
We did a Superman. We've done a Superman homage every issue. First issue was the Alex Ross one. Second issue was a first appearance of Supergirl one. For where we see the Omega Girl. This issue one is kind of a homage to the old Silver Age cover. It seems like Superman has done something terrible, and everybody's turning on him, and he's been this real monster. So it is kind of a homage to that cover.
I love those
kind of covers.
They're usually pretty hilarious.
Did I cut out?
Yeah, you're back.
Oh, yeah, you're good. You're
we
back.
got you now.
Hope I'm not.
Yeah, let me pop it open so people can take a look at the campaign, and so we can show them like what we're talking about here. All right, let me see. So this is a campaign, and for Samson, it's really for Samson 3, but you can get 1, 2, and
it's every issue, every campaign. All my back issues are always available because I want new people to come in. But if people have been with me there, they don't have to buy all the previous issues again. They just get issue 3. So if you back, you get a print as well.
Oh, nice.
Back for a hard copy, you get a print. So we're going to get to see a superhero, supervillain battle here. This is kind of giving away a little bit of the end of issue 2. Now, I'd like to go back up to that link there. If you just click on the link, you will get taken right to issue 1. You can read it. You don't have to sign up for my email list or do anything like that. It just opens up, and the whole issue with all the bonus content.
Look at that.
We mentioned is there, so it's a free read. No risk to you if you just want to give it a try.
Awesome artwork too. I love the artwork.
Yeah, the artwork is.
That was a buy-in, right?
I like it. I even like the colors, honestly. To be honest with you, The lettering's good too. Yeah, everything. You didn't cut corners on this one, which is great.
Yeah, it's solid. This looks like a solid book.
Yeah, absolutely. And I love that you do Superman homages. I think whether you love Superman or not, I mean, he's one of the greatest characters ever created,
That's a scary panel right there, right?
Yeah, right.
That's
Look at
awesome. I love
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
That's so good.
Yeah, your artist is really good. Dude. The action's great, and the coloring is top notch too.
Oh, thanks.
Coloring's definitely top notch. It feels like the era in which it's being told.
Yeah, 100%. Now, did you
definitely captures that
the
vibe.
same creative team together for the series?
Nah, for issue 2, I switched over to my Vicious Vixens artist.
Okay.
We have a good rapport, so I was easier to continue with him. Though I was very happy with the art in this book.
Well, this artist is almost as good as the artist in Shark of War, actually, I think.
Well,
Isn't
he
that-
did the art in Shark of War.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
This is a different artist than Shark of War's artist.
I know, I'm kidding. I'm saying because you aren't you the artist in Shark of War?
Well, I was the artist for the first 5 issues, but
Yeah.
the most recent issues they've been taken over by Harshstroke. The last 3 issues.
Okay, got it.
So
got it.
my artwork is more digital modeling art. So it's okay. It worked for Shark of War, but for something like this, I wouldn't want to use digital models for this. You need
right.
You need much more.
Yeah, so everyone
shows,
watching,
different
go to
shows.
the campaign, and you can get this book for free right off of there, which you can't beat that.
So to
As you
that
can
point,
see-
if you want to read
Ooh, I
a
love
free
this.
comic book right
Keith,
now, you can
I
do
love
that
this.
right now.
I love that gorilla's name there. What's it called? I forget.
Uberkong.
Yes.
Uberkong.
I love that.
I love that.
awesome.
Yeah, I love that he has a Nazi symbol
Yeah, right.
carved into his chest. That's great.
Pretty. I wouldn't want to see that thing in the dark alley.
Yeah, Uberkong.
Right.
Those are the two. There's
Real life.
real life Nazi scientists who
Yeah.
I mean,
They look pretty nice to me. I don't know.
yeah,
Whatever.
that picture, I think, that is just a scary.
Really?
person.
This guy
I know.
looks terrifying.
I'm
Yeah,
kidding.
I know.
I
He's
know.
just-
Look
he-
I was like-
it's glass eyes.
It's like pure evil.
Yeah, seriously.
I like how, like in Inglorious Bastards, they go back and they get redemption. Kind of like your hero here. He goes back and like kicks some butt. Goes after
Yeah,
the
true. I
Uber.
like
that.
Uber,
Yeah, he-
Uber Fuhrer.
Yeah, he really lays out there, and
Mhm.
so
Oh,
here
here's
you can
the,
see some of the different variants,
right,
he's
the
played around
concepts.
with.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's really cool, man.
You should have a multiverse version of it, right? Different versions for different universes.
If I get enough issues along to start doing, I'm
That
trying to
would
do
be
one
cool.
universe. I'm doing a
Yeah, right.
multiverse. I haven't even really thought about that yet.
What are some of Samson's powers?
He has super strength,
Okay.
basically, and invulnerability, and he has some regenerative healing factor.
Mhm.
And of course, he's been around for 50 years fighting, so he has a significant combat skills.
Yeah.
Because he's been around since World War II. By this time, he's in it's the 1990s, and so he's been at it for 50 years.
Yeah.
So those are his basic powers.
It'd be cool if you can throw the Star of David at people too.
Just like I'll rip it off of his chest.
That would
Right.
be kind of the absolute Samson would have the
Absolute
removable Star of David to
Or,
pull up
Or
his
a
chest.
cellophane Star of David, like in Superman.
Oh yeah,
2.
yeah.
I mean,
Right.
I think that's your alt cover right there is Absolute Samson, right? Just doing
Oh my God, yeah.
You've given
Right?
me an idea. That is interesting.
Oh,
thought.
cool.
Actually, that would be fantastic. The
Cellophane
number
Star of David.
So now this is the artist that took over for.
yeah,
after
he
number one.
took
This
over.
artist is good too, actually.
Yeah.
good
Yeah,
stuff.
He
The
worked-
action is great. I love
Like
this scene where
easily.
the shield is just shattering on his face. I love that. Or
Yeah, I
the
was trying to get
sword.
that idea across of his invulnerability by having a knife. The
Yeah,
knife
I
trying
love
to
that.
go into his eye and not breaking against his eye. Because you always think, these super powered people, well, what if you stab them in the eye? And here it's like, oh, that's
Well,
not going to work.
The only one I ever seen, the one of the Superman movies,
Right?
addressed
With,
Yeah,
Brandon Routh.
Yeah,
the
that
Singer,
one.
the Bryan Singer one addressed
Brian-
that.
They did that there with the bullet.
Yeah, right.
But then you see the Supergirl poster and she's got her earrings or she's got her ears pierced.
Yeah, how's that possible?
Like, how the hell did they do that?
I
Was
guess
it
the same
kryptonite
way
ear
she gets
piercers?
drunk, she went to some planet with a red sun or something.
Yeah.
like
Oh,
that,
that's probably makes sense. Yeah.
You got to go to the piercing parlor on,
Yeah, right.
on some foreign,
Piercing pagoda
some other
on,
planet.
Yeah. On Ride 7. Shit.
Yeah, so this one is 28 pages, so it's longer than the first two issues because I really wanted to cover both the World War II action and the superhero action. So this is the first cover. The base cover is kind of a homage to John Buscema, the late artist. He always does this very dynamic, action-packed style. Where especially the punches, you can almost feel somebody getting hit. So I suggested to Nico, who's the artist, can you do something like that? And this is kind of what he came up with.
Yeah, it's great. Also, I love that these villains are kind of like the Nazi Fantastic Four or something.
Yeah, it's the new Reich. They're trying to the effort is they're trying to make new superhumans so they can, now that the Cold War's ended, they can basically rise back to power.
That's cool.
Army comics used to be a really big thing. Sergeant Rock, Nick Fury had more comics as Sergeant Fury than he did as Colonel Fury of Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. So they were a big thing until like the 60s and 70s. So since a lot of this focused on World War II, we kind of did a homage cover to that with a tank heading toward the kids.
Yeah, I like that. I always liked the Unknown Soldier. I always thought that was a cool looking character, for war comics.
There was like a ghost tank or something like that.
Yeah, the ghost tank.
There. Yeah. I have this vague memory because this is from my childhood.
Yeah, wasn't the tank wasn't it haunted by like a Confederate general or something?
I can't remember.
It was so wild.
Probably very politically incorrect nowadays.
Yeah, it's such a weird concept. Like, the shocking thing is they had the haunted tank on that Batman Brave and the Bold cartoon that was on like a handful of years ago.
Yeah, I
couldn't believe it was on there.
I don't remember that. I don't think I saw that one.
Yeah,
they must have homogenized it a little bit though, right?
Yeah,
a little bit. But I think they still had the Confederate guy, like the Jebediah something, I think his name was, and then they also worked in Enemy Ace, which I was shocked by.
Oh.
Yeah, so Batman Brave and the Bold, that had a lot of deep cuts in it that I was surprised by.
Well, I remember they featured Doom Patrol, but I only thought they did that because they wanted to align it with the TV show. You know what I mean?
Right, but they did you notice they did like the Golden Age, like
the Golden Age version? Yeah, that's correct.
Yeah, which is awesome, like good stuff. That cartoon was so underrated. I love that cartoon.
It was good because it like you said, it brought out those deep cuts.
Yeah,
it made those odd pairings with Batman. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that and like when Batman's villains, like I remember the Joker was like, the Dick Sprang version. Like that's what he looked. You know what I mean? He looked like the old, like from the 30s. Like I love that stuff.
Right.
Yeah, I eat that shit up, man. But yeah, no, like
so this is what I meant by the Superman.
Yeah, like the wild covers. Yeah.
Yeah, I actually had that comic on the left when I was young, and for years, I only had that issue, and I for years I never knew what I knew obviously that Superman didn't have a twin brother that he was keeping in a dungeon. So, but I never found out what the trick was until years later. So.
You're gonna love this stuff, man. Look at the old it's great. This cover is awesome too.
Yeah, so he basically is getting accused of being a traitor.
I love that.
Yeah, so it's like an homage to like those goofy Superman covers, kind of, right? Is that what you were going for there? Yeah,
that's cool.
Yeah, great idea, man. It's good stuff. So is that part of the fun? Every issue, you got to figure out what the Superman homage is going to be.
Yeah, if we keep doing Superman homages, which we probably will, but
There's so much you can pull from.
Yeah, that's a lot of fun to look through the old comic books and find something that fits. I probably should do a Captain America homage at some point too, because that's
right.
that's also,
You probably have a bunch.
The super soldier concept too is kind of that whole Captain America thing.
Yeah.
Let me paste the link into the chat so people can check this out. So this is live right now, right, Ben?
Yes, yeah. We still got about a little more 2 weeks to go, I think.
Where are you at? Let's see. Oh, you're getting close to the goal. You're getting there.
You should be able to hit that with no problem.
Yeah, we'll hit it. It'll probably be like the last day or two, which is always frustrating, but that's the way it is.
For sure. But you always get that last minute uptick kind of thing. It always comes in.
Pulls us over at the end.
Did you have you started? Do you do conventions? I forget if we asked you that.
Yeah, I pop up at conventions, usually in the southeast area. Where I live, so I'm going to be at Spartanburg Con in July. I'll probably go to another con before the end of the year. I used to do more of them, but the expense and the sales have actually fallen off a little at cons. I don't know if the
that's true.
Is dropped some, but I noticed the last few cons I did weren't as good for sales.
Yeah, I've noticed that the last couple of years, it's not as the sales have kind of gone down.
So
certain ones are still pretty good for me, but I feel like every year it feels like you're either hitting the same amount or less. There'll
always be new readers. The thing is that there's not always new people going to Comic-Cons. It seems like that's kind of the, so when you're looking at just sheer probabilities and numbers, right? Less people attending, less money to go around, walking around the room, less sales overall.
Right.
One of those things.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, definitely. That's the trend I'm seeing, And
it's also part of it's dependent upon how the show is programmed. Not to get too deep in the weeds, but you overbook your show with tables and then under promote. You have a whole bunch of vendors, very few attendees. Things are off balance, right?
Then you get what you're asking for there,
Right, exactly.
Or not asking for, I should say.
Bingo.
But Samson looks great, Ben.
Thank you.
I love a good, well thought out superhero type universe, and I think you nailed that aspect.
Especially that's based on history, like actual events.
Yeah, I like that too. I like that part of it. Like you weaved in real history there.
Yeah,
feels like
Abraham Lincoln, Abraham Lincoln, and the zombies. Zombie or vampire hunter. That's what.
Pride, Prejudice, and Zombies.
Yeah, there you go.
Right.
And so, what's your next project after this one? You going back to
Shark of War number 10 is being drawn now.
Yeah,
nice.
Starting to write Vicious Vixens number 5. I hope I may, depending on my schedule, I'll try to get. I was going to try and get Shark of War 10 out this year, but the Vicious Vixens will probably be early next year, and then Samson again.
Have you talked about what the connection is between all these comics, like the thread?
I haven't really revealed. I mean, just that they take place in the same universe, and I think in issue 3 you'll see that thread start to come together by who is behind the evil scheme and who is in who's masterminding it, where they're masterminding it from, and who is helping them with that.
So have you left little Easter eggs behind to try and figure it out, or is there?
Issue 3 it has a big Easter egg when you see the person from Shark of War and Vicious Vixens pop up, and also when you find out where they're actually located at. I think that'll be a big.
It's not obvious like a shark, right?
No, it's not obvious. It's not that. I don't know.
Shark all along.
I knew it.
like King
seemed out of
Shark
place.
and, from DC comic books.
Yeah, right. Do you still currently read comics, Ben? Do you have a
Some, yeah,
pulse in there?
I get some, I get indie comics from people I back on Kickstarter, and I sometimes I usually don't get individual books. I usually get collections or something like that.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Or get them through the library and read them. So I've read some of the Absolute comic books and some of the recent comic books. I like some of Rob Kirkman's work. So I guess the most recent thing I've been reading is his Battle Beast.
Yeah, that's great. I'm reading that too.
I kind of I always liked Invincible, and so I kind of liked seeing what he did with Battle Beast, and it's been a good book. I think he's dragging a little, but but it's really good fun.
I agree, and I do like that universe, and I do like Apes is a lot of fun too. That new one he just started up, which I guess is an old series.
Yeah, I think I probably have the original collection of capes, but I guess he's
gonna
modify it. It's like a like George Lucas modified.
He reprinted the first 6, and then he plans on keep going after that.
Right.
So it's it's kind of cool. So it's almost like a reboot of that.
Yeah, I like capes. The first series I saw. So if that more of them come out, I'll definitely read them.
Yeah, I love the idea of treating superheroes like a 9-to-5 job. I think that's really fun.
Yeah, I thought that was
and they don't want to, no one wants to work the second shift because there's more crime on the second shift and stuff like that. Just really well thought out, like mechanics. So that's what makes Kirkman so good, though.
Yeah.
Because I read all his letter columns, and I like the way he thinks about writing too. Like he talks about I don't know if you read Skinbreaker yet, the book that he did with David Finch. Which I highly recommend. It was awesome. I mean, some of the best artwork I've ever seen Finch do is on that series. It took him 8 years, and they didn't release it until he was done the book, all 8 issues. And so it's out now. If read it, it's great. But he talks about how if you take a story and boil it down to one thing, he used Mad Max Fury Road as an example. He's like, that's a story where people just go from one place to another and then back to another place. He goes, so he boils a story down to that level. And then he starts building upon that. So then he's like, so what if I take that story and now it's this alien race out in outer space having to do this same thing, go to one place and then the other, and then adding all this character development on top of it and themes and everything. So he basically looks at the story from this basic, almost layers, and I was like, wow, that's really kind of a neat idea. I never thought of writing that way,
It's very formulaic, right? If you think about it.
Yeah, if you think about it.
It's breaking it down to a math equation and then reconfiguring it.
Kinda,
You know
yeah.
what I mean?
But I always like Kirkman though. He's one of those creators I've always loved since he first appeared on the scene, And I'm looking forward to his new book Terminal, which looks like it's going to be pretty awesome.
Oh, okay. I haven't heard about that either.
Yeah, that one's coming up. I think that one's coming out next month. He's got some great artists on it, so it should be amazing.
He's putting a lot of work into Skybound. There's a ton of stuff that he's doing.
Yeah, did you hear about the Overpower thing? He bought the Overpower game. Do you remember the Overpower card game from the early 2000s?
I've never I've never done card games, so.
Oh, okay. It's some kind of a game that used to use Marvel characters, I think.
Interesting.
He bought it and he's gonna rebuild it with Invincible characters. But he's also making it so that you could still use the old Marvel stuff with it. So you could have
genius.
Isn't that great? You can have Captain America fight Invincible or something.
Brilliant. Well, I mean,
You're
crossing over without technically crossing over, right?
Right.
Here's your built-in audience. That's genius.
Yeah, he's a good marketer too. He's the guy that release the blind bag nonsense on everybody too. But you got to admit that's kind of a cool idea to sell comics,
Right.
Yeah, that's true.
So but anyways, we could talk about Kirkman and other things all day.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah, so Ben, as we start to wrap up, did you have anything else you want to promote, like your social medias or anything?
If people go to bitingcomics.com, they can sign up for my email and they'll get 4 free comic books. The first 2 issues of Shark of War, first issue of Samson, first issue of Vicious Vixens. Plus, they'll get my Shark of War guide for how to avoid a shark attack.
Okay.
I know one way. Don't go into the water.
Don't go.
Because I always found that funny. Like with Jaws. How could there be a sequel? Like guys, don't go in the ocean. They won't come. They can't come on land. You know, they can't. They can't call an Uber and follow you to your house.
Well, the funny thing is that when I'd be at cons and I would, I tell people about my book and stuff, and they'd go, "Oh, I've been afraid to go in the water since Jaws came out," and I'm thinking, that was 50 years ago, really? and I'm like, your odds of dying from a shark attack are way less than your odds of your dog killing you.
Yeah, right. Getting hit by a bus.
Right. But because of that, I was like, well, I'm going to go ahead and write make a little mini comic to tell people what to do to avoid getting attacked by a shark, even if you are in the water. Because obviously staying out of the water is a very, very foolproof solution. But if you are in the water,
Sharknado proved that you don't have to be in the water to be attacked by a shark.
Yeah, there you go.
So I wrote one where you tell you how to avoid being attacked by a shark in the water, and if you actually are attacked by a shark in the water, what to do about it. And the Florida Natural History Museum had a list of suggestions basically that I took, and I illustrated those suggestions for little mini comic book. Tried to do it in a humorous way too.
Punch the shark in the nose, and then shark repellent.
Punching was one of them, but shark repellent was not.
What's the email or what's the website address? So people
bitingcomics.com.
Bitingcomics.com.
Is another one to turn the shark on its back? Is that another one?
No,
like a turtle.
That actually, if you have another person in the water with you, you want to get back to back because sharks want to try and come at you from behind. So if you get back to back, that will throw them because they want to get at you from the rear because they're not interested in a fight. They're interested in taking down prey and eating it. So they don't have like no mono a mono attitude with them.
Yeah.
I love it. So now is that website the hub for everything? Like, can people follow you on social media there and everything?
I have I direct people to the Shark of War. Shark of War on Facebook is probably where I do most of my most social media because I'm not really. I do some social media, but less than I used to because I find it it's not real effective.
Awful. Yeah, awful. Yeah, I don't blame you. I mean, it seems like every day it's less and less useful, especially if you're trying to sell a comic.
Yeah, it's at Shark of War on Facebook is my.
What is it? I'm sorry. Oh, okay. I got you. You're putting it in the chat here. Yeah. Let me cut and paste it.
Yeah, we can copy and paste for the comments.
Yeah, I use that as my main. I used to use Twitter some and Instagram some, but I found so little engagement on those. So it's mainly
for some
Facebook.
reason I
didn't find Blue Sky any better, to be honest. So
yeah, I mean They stunt you so much on those social medias unless you pay.
Yeah, I think that's the issue. I used to get, my post would be seen by, 100 people or 200 people, and now it's seen by 10. It's like what?
Yeah, exactly. So you're better off doing what you're doing with create your own newsletter or like us with our YouTube channel, just get into different, people's feeds somehow. You know what I mean? So, yeah.
Right. Permeating that
Yeah,
any way you
exactly.
can.
Yeah.
But yeah, Ben. All right. Well, thank you for coming on, man.
Well, no
And
problem. Thank you for having me again, guys.
yeah, absolutely. We wish you the
well,
luck
yeah.
with the campaign. It looks like you're more than halfway there. So I think you'll have no problem making the rest of your goal. And everybody out there, check out Samson 1, 2, and 3. The link is in the chat and also in the description of the video if you're watching this tomorrow. And then go to Ben's newsletter and sign up, get some free comics, and check out his whole universe he's building.
What comic is coming out next? The Vixens or the Shark?
Shark
No,
War
it's
10.
Shark. Yeah,
Oh.
Shark of War.
Yeah,
That's the
10.
next one. Number 10, which is impressive too.
That's a
an indie.
milestone.
Yeah, for an indie guy, that's awesome. But all right, Ben, we'll have a great night, and we're gunning for you, man.
Oh, I appreciate it. Really do.
Awesome. All right,
Yeah.
Great
Good
to
luck.
see you. And have a great 4th.
Thank you.
Thank you. You
All
too.
right.
Bye.
We'll see you.
Have a good night.
Awesome, man.
Man, what a library for a creator, right?
To have that many books, yeah, that's crazy. You know,
That many books with several issues in, like, that's awesome. So cool.
yeah. Like I'm actually writing issue 11 of Mighty Mascots now.
Well, think
Which
about
are
that.
like-
Think about all the time you've put into it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but it's like I want to get to that level where was Frank saying it, like getting 2 or 3 issues a year? Like I'm trying.
That's
but
ambitious.
it's hard though,
That's
dude. You know how
ambitious.
much work it goes to making a comic. It's
When
like,
you look back at each issue, do you know where you were or what was going on during that issue?
most of the time,
Yeah.
most of the time I can remember. You know,
Yeah.
sometimes there's something in there that reminds me of the time frame or something. You know, or what I was
Yeah.
thinking at the time, but also even
Yeah.
my lettering. Like I look back at the early couple issues of Mighty Mascots, and I'm like, I'm such a better letterer now.
No,
It's gotten better
It's-
over
it's
time.
good.
Yeah, isn't that crazy? Like,
It's good that it's going that way in that direction, not the other way.
yeah,
around.
exactly. You know, I'm waiting to see. Like, did I tell you I lettered a book for Mark Spears recently?
You mentioned that actually, yeah.
Yeah, it came in like
if you
a
can
week
talk
or
about
2 ago. I took the couple days off work because they needed it like that week. So I had
Mhm.
basically 48 hours to letter a like 24 page book, I think it was.
Damn. Tight turnaround time, huh?
Yeah, but hey, working for Mark Spears is pretty cool, you know. So
That is very cool.
it's cool to see the artwork before anyone else and things like that, you know. And
Yeah.
I don't know when it's coming out. It's for like Midnight Man, I think is the name of the character. Midnight
Okay.
Man number 2. So it's not his Monsters book, but I guess this character was in the Monsters book that's so popular.
Right,
And
right on.
I got a note that he liked the work, so I was
great.
I was kind of happy
Cool.
about that.
Nice.
So
That
hopefully
is
it'll
cool.
lead to more. I would love that, you know.
Yeah.
So- Yeah, so that was cool. I'll have to buy that when it comes out. I'll have to show it on Facebook once
Of
it comes
course.
out, you know.
Or even on the show, like when you have a
Right.
physical
Yeah,
copy,
yeah,
or
I
even
mean-
anything that we can promote on it. I mean, please, you know?
Yeah, all his stuff is painted. Like Alex, I still think Alex Ross might be a better artist, but Mark Spears is pretty cool.
Yeah,
He's doing some
100%.
project with did you see like that Spawn thing he's gonna be doing?
I did take a peek on that. It looks very
Spawn.
interesting.
Yeah, Spawn 77. It looks awesome.
It was Todd's initial design of the character, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
And you
so
look at it, you can see the Darth Vader influence on the helmet and everything.
Yeah, it looks like something a teenager slapped together.
Yeah, it looks
Yeah,
great.
It
you
very
know?
much looks like that.
It's fun. Like I love looking at stuff like that from people's past, like stuff that they used to write and draw, and you know.
Absolutely. As a matter of fact, news I can share is that Jared Brown, who I write his book Advent Dark, we do it the Marvel way. So he gives me the pages of the art and I put the words in based upon his outlines.
Yeah.
So it's a very old school, unique way of writing comics, but he's assembling his full trade paperback, his volume 1.
Oh,
It's
okay.
177 pages.
Holy shit.
And in the back of the book is exactly that, the original designs of these characters when he conceived
Oh.
them as a kid.
Oh wow.
So it's
Okay.
kind of like similar to Swamp Tales, where like your book is a little bit of the stuff you did when you were younger.
yeah.
This shows the original designs. It proves that he was he had this book in his heart this whole time.
I love
what I
that.
mean?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I love that. I love that too. Like when people like can take something they had as a kid and redo it for a modern like audience.
Alex Ross did that. He's done that.
Yeah.
He has many examples of those.
Yeah, absolutely, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, I love that stuff. Alex Ross is incredible. He's got some new graphic novel coming out too for Marvel, or I forget what the hell it was called. I saw it on. It's like that Fantastic Four one he did a few years ago. It looks like that.
Oh, yeah.
But it's like some kind of Marvel, like the whole universe is somehow involved. So I don't know. I'll have to get that whenever it comes out. I mean,
that's part of what made Marvel so special, is that he made it feel like it was our world, and it was like pictures out of Life magazine.
The Marvel series or whatever.
Yeah,
absolutely. So good. Yeah, that was such a great series, man. That's like Marvel's, like, one of their. It's like their Watchmen in a lot of ways, A
little bit. I wish they would make. I kind of wish the movies were like that.
Yeah, right. Where you get to see it from the everyman's point of view.
Because there's very little of that. Like everything is like, oh, you're entering from the protagonist perspective, and he's a superhero, and blah blah blah. Like, we need more grounded.
You never see it from the sidekick's point of view, or
right.
That's why I loved Kurt Busiek's, like, speaking of Marvel's Kurt Busiek, but I always loved his Astro City, because he always did that in Astro City. It was always, very rarely was it done from the point of view of the superhero. Sometimes it was, but it was always from the people, like, that occupied the superhero universe.
Right, the surrounding people, which then in turn helped build the environment, help it feel like a lived-in world.
Yeah,
like even the stuff that Ben was talking about doing for Samson, that supplemental material. Like, people love that. You know what I mean?
I do too. Yeah.
Speaking of lived-in world, I mean, I can't wait for a Superman movie where the Kandorians escape, or maybe Superman goes into Kandor, and like hang.
They've done a comic book story of that, and I loved it. I thought it was like, finally somebody fucking did something with the Kandorians.
I'm like as long as like he's never ever been the last son of Krypton.
And that storyline lasted like 2 years, which was awesome. But like Jeff Johns did it, and it was like a Brainiac, grew the city back up to its normal size on Earth. Yeah. So all of a sudden, Superman is not just the only Kryptonian; it's all these Kryptonians on Earth.
There's so much you can do with that. Like,
so he wasn't unique anymore. Right. And then something happens where the town, where the city of Kandor gets moved to the moon, because it was too much trouble on Earth or whatever. And Superman leaves Earth for a year to help establish this new Kryptonian society. Yeah. So he leaves. What the hell was the name of that character? It's that guy. Shit, I can't think of it. There's a superhero that Superman met during the Silver Age, and he's just as powerful as Superman. Superman had to put him into the Phantom Zone because
that's Solar Man.
No, he was in Supergirl.
Nuclear Man.
Yes. What the fuck was that character?
He starts with an M or something like that. I forget the guy's name, but they featured him in the Supergirl TV show.
Yeah.
I forget, but yeah, I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, so he takes that guy out of the Phantom Zone. He finally helps him cure whatever the hell that was happening to him, and he leaves him in charge of Metropolis. So the book almost becomes this other book about this guy, this other character. But I loved it. I was like, this is finally like shaking up some stuff in Superman, like I like seeing like, and of course Zod was there when in the Kandorian city and messing things up, and and eventually it all goes to shit, and they have to basically put Kandor back, and then they wrap. But I wish they didn't. I would love to see if they just kept that going.
That'd be awesome.
Like, it's one of those storylines that I could have read for years, you know, because I feel like they had a lot of ideas there.
It felt
And where
like
is
something you'd
Darkseid?
see in Star Trek.
Yeah, 100%.
Right.
You know, so yeah, I love that stuff. And the other one I was going to mention when we were talking about Astro City, you know, talking from the people's point of view, there was this one I loved. It was like in one of the Wizard half issues, and it was
Okay.
about this guy, and he kept having these nightmares of he would see himself with this woman that he clearly was in love with, and he just didn't know who she was, or like he knew that they were meant to be together and all this stuff, and he was haunted by
I have
it.
those all the time.
Do you? Yeah. So he was like, I gotta meet her. I want to know why I know this woman. And come to find out, the twist of it is that the superheroes had some kind of like time crisis storyline where, like, you know, time was out of loop, so they had to put time back. But when they put time back, it wiped his wife out of existence. But he kept dreaming of this life that he had with this woman, and he couldn't understand it because the superheroes had like killed her, basically, or wiped her from existence. So they have like one of the characters in Astro Cities was like the Spectre, and he comes and visits him, and he takes the memory out of the guy's mind so that he can like finally just not be haunted by it anymore. And it was like, I was like, what an awesome idea. Like, you know, like stuff that you don't think of from that perspective, you know, like it's just really cool stuff. Like I highly recommend, if you never read Astro City, to just get the trades. It's so worth it. All the stories are great, you know. So
It's very cool. That's got a Sandman vibe to it right there.
Yeah, big time.
Yeah.
So yeah, so it was good stuff. So all right. But yeah, fellas, I'm ready to wrap it up if you guys are.
Yeah. Harry,
you got
I'm good,
anything to
yeah.
promote, Harry? You got anything going on, or
No, I just need to rest.
I need to
Just
rest.
need to, like,
Yeah.
And,
catch up on
that.
Z's.
we
Amen to
got
that.
two more weeks in a row, so that we'll mention that we're live next Monday with Bill Mouse, Don Chin, and Tom Doherty, which that's going to be an awesome episode.
That'll be a
We're gonna
super
mix
show.
that up with those guys, and then I think we're live the week after. Who do we got on that one? Let me check. I know we got Ryan Santos.
What's your next show, you guys?
Oh yeah. Well, let me talk about this real quick. The show after Bill Mouse and Don Shin, we got Thomas Marvelli, who's going to be a guest at Plastic City. But this guy also worked for Marvel Entertainment and Hasbro Entertainment, so it'd be cool to talk to him. And then we also got Ryan Santos and Stephen Becchia coming back. So that's going to be a cool episode as well, you know. So, but yeah, what were you going to say, Harry? What shows do we have?
Upcoming shows.
Me and Johnny have a signing at Omar's World of Comics on July 11th.
All right.
So if you guys are in that area, come see us. We'll be throwing up a Facebook event this week for it and stuff. And then I'm not at a show until Terrificon, I don't think. How about you, Johnny?
So I've got the signing at Omar's. Then we've got San Diego Comic-Con, where I'm not exhibiting, but I should have going and have a panel opportunity. So I'm going to be on a panel there. Cool. I don't have the information on it yet. I believe it's Saturday at 10 a.m. We'll see about it. And then let's see. After that, it's going to be Mid Hudson Comic-Con. And
when is that one? Is that the end of the
Poughkeepsie,
month?
New York. It's the first weekend in October. Then I have Terrificon, and then I got Plastic.
Nice. Yeah, so it's coming right up, man.
Yeah.
July is basically here. So
it'll fly by.
Very busy. August.
Man, I can't believe Plastic City is coming up fast, dude.
Are you guys ready for the heat wave coming up this week?
No,
yeah.
Actually, I don't. So the room
crap.
I'm sitting in right now does not have AC.
It's going to be like triple digits, like 100 degrees, like Thursday and Wednesday, Thursday.
Yeah, that's bad.
I'm not ready for it. Yeah,
That's real bad.
not good.
Yeah, that's gonna hurt.
Yeah.
Stay cool, everybody.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Stay cooler and hydrate. Fucking drink some water, everybody.
Yeah, exactly.
Hydra.
All right, everybody. We're gonna end this one, but like I said, we're live next Monday and then the Monday after. So come back and join us. The next 2 episodes are gonna be bangers. So definitely come back. Like, subscribe, share as always. Join us every other Monday normally for live episodes, and we usually release little shorts and bits throughout the week as well. So subscribe and like, and engage with those as well. And all right, and most importantly, everybody, read comics.
Yep. Happy 4th of July.
Happy 4th of July.
Happy 4th.
Have a great week, and we'll talk to you later.
Happy 250th to the country.
There you go.
Two Mel Brooks and a Harry.
There you go.
Brooks and a Harry.
All right, everybody. Good night. We'll talk to you later.
Right.
Bye.
Peace out, everybody.